So, good morning, good night, good evening, depending where you are in the world, and welcome to another interview of the Shield Dude on a Couch. I'm your host, Hector, and today I got all the way from London, Ray Noir. So, Ray is originally from Norway, but he's in London now, and he plays what I would call like goth industrial electronic music with some like metal and rock infused into it. And he's got a new EP. I think it's coming out next week, like September 18, and it's called Against the Machine. So we have Ray here. So Ray, how are you today?
Hi, I'm good, thank you. What about you?
I'm doing good. How long have you been in London?
For quite a while, to be honest. Too long. It's over 14 years now.
Because you
So
sound pretty.
you think, yeah, you think so? Thank you. I'll take that as a compliment.
Yeah, I went to both. We were talking offline how I've been both visited London and I visited Norway. I would like to see more of Norway because I was more like in Oslo. I didn't. I would have wished to see more. I think I saw more in England that I saw in Oslo. So you have an album, like an EP coming out. There's two tracks that are already like people can listen to. Uh,
Yeah,
uh, Dead Valentine. Uh,
yeah.
if you want. So tell me a little bit about like Ray, how like for people that have not listened to you, what would be like
Sorry, what would be my...
your sale to them? Like, you should listen to Ray Noir. Like, how would you describe your sound?
So I guess I'm like very inspired by like 90s, even 80s, 90s, 2000s like music. So like Marilyn Manson, Rammstein, Depeche Mode, Sisters of Mercy, all that stuff. So I feel like, I guess like if you mix Marilyn Manson, Rammstein with the Prodigy, that's kind of me, I would say.
You know what? I was thinking about those Marilyn Manson, especially I would say Marilyn Manson in the way you deliver your vocals.
Yeah,
Ram in some of like the guitar, like so the guitar sounds like that like that like that guitar tone by Rammstein and the beats. Yeah, Prodigy. I said that's a good way.
I
Marilyn Manson,
think so.
the Prodigy had a baby. You would call Ray Noir.
Exactly. Here I am.
Okay. So yeah, I'm guessing you were very influenced like me. I grew up in the 90s. Great music all around. So this 4 EP, tell us a little bit about the themes that you cover in this EP.
So basically, because obviously I'm a queer artist, and there's not too many openly queer artists in this like rock metal alternative scene. So it's like kind of building on like my struggles, having like the visibility in the scene, and yeah, and everything that's going on in the world today, to be honest. You see like trans people being stripped for their rights on a daily basis, everything that's happening in Gaza. Yeah. So it's very political. And obviously Dead Valentine is like a little anti-love story, I would say.
Yeah, I know, and we're recording this on a week that's had its fair share of like controversy, like with people getting killed.
Yeah.
But something I'm against anyone being killed.
No, of course, of course.
Hope like no one would get killed, but yeah, like sometimes like it's like that quote from the Joker in the Dark Knight trilogy where he says like I threatened to kill one little mayor and everybody loses their mind, but they kill people in schools, like you said, people are being slaughtered in Gaza and nobody bats an eye because it's the norm.
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, it's very sad. Like everything that's happening in the world today. It's like I feel like the world is on the brink, of falling apart, and we're just sitting there on the sideline watching it all happening in front of our eyes.
Yeah, no, it's It's quite difficult to explain. I have kids, so it's difficult to explain that things. But yeah, I don't know. We should go back to the peace and love of the 70s, where it was like everybody loves everyone, like you do you.
Um,
Like if you like men, you like men. If you like women, you like women. Everybody's happy. Like
if
let's
it was like that, but unfortunately, that's not reality today. You know what I mean?
that's not reality today. But that 70s mentality, yeah, of like everyone being happy. Like it was a good mentality to have. So obviously you're inspired by all of that. And so you mentioned, like being like queer in this type of music is like not very much, well, in the 80s, like when Rob Halford was singing, I don't know how people didn't know. I think it was quite obvious.
It was very obvious, wasn't it?
Like,
Like dressed in all leather, motorbike. I don't know. Like, yeah,
I look at people, and I'm like, I don't know how people were surprised by this, or even when Boy George said it, I'm like, it was pretty. They weren't hiding anything. It was pretty clear who
not
they.
true. But like today, still today, like especially in the metal alternative, it's not that many people that is openly out. You know what I mean? And I feel like that can be a problem for the kids that is growing up. Like you need to have role models growing up. Like so they can see themselves in them, and so
Plus, what matters is like the music, the music of like if it's good music, it's good music. That's
yeah,
I don't care about people's preferences. You do you. It's
yeah.
what makes you happy. So let's talk about the track Dead Valentine. Tell me a little bit about the backstory.
So it was like like when you're really into someone, and then like you kind of being ghosted, so you're just like hanging on there, they leave you hanging on, and that was like the inspiration for the track, and then you just kind of want them gone in a way. So yeah, it's called like Dead Valentine, so it's about like a person, you know and then yeah, and then musically it's like very inspired by like, I don't know, like a bit of Rammstein, to be honest, and stuff like that.
Yeah, but yeah, the ghosting.
So,
That growing up in the 90s, if like people ghosted you to your, like they didn't ghost you, they dumped you to your friends. Which I think it was the best thing to do. But nowadays, like someone like ghosting
they
you.
just they just leave you on red now, you're just like, hey, what's happening?
Yeah, 3 years ago, I got divorced and I went into the dating scene again. Thank God I settled down with my girlfriend. But yeah, I didn't understand the ghosting. Just tell me, okay, I'm not into you. And I'm like, I'll respect that. But just not talking to like, oh, you disappeared. It's kind of rude.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that's what Dead Valentine is about in general. Yeah.
Yeah. So, do you have you have obviously Mad World, which is not out yet.
Yeah.
But I really like the vocal delivery on that one.
Thank you. Yeah, it's more like an emotional song, to be honest. Like it's like the message is really like what's happening today in the world, with the world on the brink. Yeah, like I said earlier, about the like the wars, the starvation of people, bombing of innocent people, trans people losing their rights on a daily basis. Like it's quite unsafe for a lot of people now. You can even see it in Europe. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like that. It's just like my point of view of what's happening today.
Yeah, it's like we're moving backwards.
Yeah, 100%. Unfortunately, it's like, yeah, and like you just sit there on the sideline. There's not much you can do other than go out there, like protest, raise your voice, but like, you know.
No, exactly. Well, it's that thing. So, out of the 4 tracks on this EP that you're putting out, do you have maybe a favorite musically and a favorite lyrically?
Musically, I would Razorblade Romance is very close to my heart because it's kind of like about me growing up, like having a hard time finding myself, and then like this like a toxic relationship with myself. And musically, I got Steve Stevens from Billy Idol on it, so it's like kind of like a cool thing. He did like the Top Gun anthem. He worked with Michael Jackson and all that stuff. So I really like that. That's probably my favorite song, musically and lyrically. But also Mad World lyrically, I think like it's like an important song for me. Like, yeah.
Good. But it's good that you have you said Billy Idol, right? The guitarist from
Yeah.
who's
Yeah.
playing on a song like on artists that great music. So it's how did that come to like that collaboration?
So I used to work for Vivienne Westwood here in London at like the original shop, the sex shop that was in Kings Road. So I worked there for a few years.
I didn't see that one when I went to London.
You didn't go there?
You go to the sex shop.
No, it was called Sex in the 70s. So it's like, but now it's called World's End. So it's where like Sex Pistols were created and stuff. Okay. So I worked there, and we had like all this, like Boy George, Holly Johnson, like people from Blondie. Everyone came to that shop. It's like a very famous shop. And then he was coming, and we just like hit it off. And yeah, and every time he comes to London, he always invites me to his gigs. So like I went this summer to see him at this festival and the Wembley Arena. So yeah. So we just like, and then I asked him, hey, would you mind doing some guitars? And he was like, of course, Ray. So yeah, that's the story, really.
That's cool.
That
happened. And so you got to work with someone, that's been on legendary tracks, and he's for this EP. So I want to show the artwork of the EP. It's out is it gonna be out the 19th or the 18th? Because the 18th, I think, is a birthday.
Yeah. So we're doing it Thursday, the 18th, and then we have the release party, the 19th.
Okay, cool. So yes, once this is uploaded, it's the 18th, so people will know you have the release show on the 19th. So tell us a little bit about this. It's a photograph. Tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah. So I'm working with my graphic designer. So it's like kind of like little things of what's happening. You can see like there's a protest where like from a trans pride, and there is like two guys hugging, and there's like some bombing and stuff. It's like kind of like Big Brother watching you, in a way. So that was like the whole idea with the cover, like TVs and all that stuff. So everything like like there's a lot of news. You see them everywhere. So it's like, yeah, that was inspiration.
Were you a little bummed that you couldn't name it Rage Against the Machine because there's a name Rage Against the Machine?
Yeah, no, it's already taken. But I think Against the Machine is good though. I like that.
Yeah, but yeah, no, I think it's self-explanatory. The TVs, the news, everything.
Yeah.
It's against everything injustice that's happening, in today's world.
Exactly.
So where the album release is on the 19th, where is
18th? Oh, the release party is the 19th.
This party is on the 19th. So
yeah.
Party.
Sorry?
Where is the release party going to be?
So we are doing it not in London, actually. We're doing it in a smaller city called Milton Keynes. My drummer, he's from there, and there's like this amazing venue that we played quite a few times. It's called Crawford Arms, and we really love that venue. So we just like, we should do it there. And we also pulled some people there. So like, yeah, it's one of our favorite venues. And it's like, it's super close to London. It's like 45 minutes on the train. So it's like if people want to come from London, they can come down there. You know what I mean?
That sounds reasonably close.
Yeah.
London, yeah, and probably like less traffic there, and it's cool. Just go down there and watch the show. So yes, so are you gonna have like physical copies of this for the 18th, like a CD or?
No, not yet, because we're dropping like deluxe version like in December. So there will be like a couple. Every song will be remixed. So I have like Verona on Venus is the guy from Devil Driver has done a remix, and then I have some other friends like Junkie Coot, Ice Cure. Yeah, so there's be like some other remixes, and that would be a deluxe version, and then there would be a CD and vinyl of that. So that will become like December, I guess.
Okay, so they
Yeah,
can follow you on your socials to know when that's going to be out. So they buy it, but for now they can buy it digitally when it comes out on the 18th
yeah.
and 19th. If you're in the area, you can go to the show. Who else playing with you guys?
So on the release party, it's just us. We're having like DJs, but then we're playing like London the day after in Kingston with Pretty Addicted. It's like a rave punk goth band from the UK. And then the 21st, the Sunday, we're playing supporting Die Krups from Germany. I don't know if you know them. It's quite a big industrial legends, to be honest. They've been going on since the 80s, I think. So yeah, so that'll be fun.
So you're gonna be playing. It's gonna be a jam weekend for you next weekend.
Yeah, can't wait. Can't wait. That's like the favorite. That's the favorite part, you know.
Sunday. So yeah, so Couchers, if you're in England this weekend, you have 3 chances to catch Ray Noir live. So it's in a way, it's like a 3-day album release party.
True. We call it like a mini tour, a UK mini tour, because we're doing some dates in. We're doing a date in Oslo in Norway in October, and then we're doing 2 in Italy in November as well. So it's like a mini tour, spread out tour. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah, no, it's good to spread the word out. So Ray,
Yeah.
I want to thank you for taking some time to chat with me about the EP Against the Machine and about the themes that you cover on it. So I'll post the link for people who want to follow you and everything. So before I let you go, anything you like to say to the people before we go?
Just hope you check it out and enjoy it. And yeah, give me a follow on Spotify, Instagram. That always helps. Get some merch if you fancy it. Yeah, and thank you for having me.
Okay, you're welcome. So, Couchers, Ray Noir, if you like industrial golf electronic, and especially if you listen to them, like you said, Marilyn Manson, Rammstein, The Prodigy, you will dig this. I really got those retro vibes when I was listening to it. Plus, it got me. It's you can dance to that type of metal.
Yeah, that's what we like.
You can dance, yeah, because like it's just enough, when you go to a death metal show where you're basically like this. Or you go like this, but I don't know. That's why I love the 90s. I think 90s metal in general had like a dancey vibe to it. I also thought listening to you, to your music of like White Zombie too. Like,
Oh yeah. And a bit Nine Inch Nails and all that stuff, you know?
that's all the good stuff. So,
Yeah.
again, thank you for taking some time of, your day to chat with me. So,
No, thank you.
the EP is going to be out the 18th. I'll post the link. So until next time, Couchers, it's Hector, the Shield Dude on a couch, and I'll see you all right here on the couch. Thank you and goodbye.